Hello! Today is going to be a bit of a different video because I'm going to be the one talking. I'm going to talk about art and magic and what we see in others' art and how that affects how we use that magical art. This is particularly going to be on the topic of intention, and that has a couple of different contexts. One context is the way that people use art to convey meaning to others, and another context is the way that people use others' art to convey meaning to themselves. We all see different things when we look at art, and sometimes those things do reflect what the artist intended, and sometimes they don't. But that can be another way of conveying meaning in those differences. For example, many people know of the Rorschach test, a test where you take these globs of ink and use them to ask people, what do you see in this? And what they see in it is supposed to convey what they need to know mentally. This is usually considered a part of psychology, but it's considered largely outdated as people realize that they couldn't really consistently interpret what other people meant. But when you are the one interpreting yourself, the barrier between yourself and yourself isn't the same as the barrier between yourself and other people. So it allows for different interpretations and more meaningful use. I have a piece here done by Andrew to use as an example. As you can see, there is this nice background with these little shapes in it. One could see these shapes and decide that they are drones, as if from a sci-fi show, and then that would make the art piece about the context between nature and science. But another person could see them as galaxies, and then that makes the bird an all-knowing observer of everything, or even a third option, or a fourth, or a fifth. The idea is that whether you see spaceships or galaxies or some other thing, that allows you to understand your own mental state and allows you to interpret what you need to do in terms of magic. For example, if you see it as a contrast between nature and science, then you could use it as for magic related to that, and might be an indication that you could do some magic related to that. Focusing on this concept can strengthen and personalize your work, whether that's sigils or tarot or just magical art in general. It will make it more cohesive. I hope that this helped. Bye!